What is up everyone, Mark here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be giving a review of the latest entry for Eurovision 2023, Monika Linkyte with the song Stay. This is of course Lithuania's entry, and before we get into it, this video is going to include not only a review of the song, but also a ranking of my top 16 songs now that we know what Lithuania's entry is. So with that, let's kick off this list with my first major comment about this song. The performance that we got in the final of Pabandom Naujo was incredible. I loved almost everything about it, but the one thing I really enjoyed and really appreciated was the vocals. The vocals were on point throughout, and there were a couple major vocal moments that I loved that I will show right now. Yeah, those vocal moments were strong. And so I think that Monika has a lot of potential in Liverpool just based on that alone. And if she's able to deliver vocals this good in May, I have no doubt that she will qualify for the final and possibly maybe get at least a top 15 result. Honestly, I think a major part of why she won Pabandom Naujo was because of those vocals. And honestly, that's been a determiner in a lot of these national finals. One thing I also loved vocally about this performance were those backup singers. They were kind of like what we had with Gustav's performance back in January. And that was one thing I enjoyed there too. You basically have a small choir of backup singers. For me, they added a lot to this performance. They made it a lot more engaging. They just brought so much energy to the stage alongside Monika. They all looked really happy to be there, all had great voices, and just really elevated this for me. Kind of on that same note about the performance itself, let's talk about the staging. So the staging here is actually really great, and a big part of that too is that Pabandom Naujo had a great stage this year, so they were actually able to do a lot of really cool stuff with the LEDs, with the lights and everything. And this performance used the stage really well, but not in any overly dramatic way. I think the staging was very simple yet effective. One thing I liked early on was those orange tones in the background. I thought that actually worked really well with this song. There was one part where Monika is singing and there's a bit of almost like a sunrise coming up behind her, and also the subtle lighting changes towards the last chorus when they're using a little bit more red light, which I liked a lot too. And the biggest thing that I liked about the staging, the number one thing that I think makes this a standout for me, is that very last part of the song where you have those Lithuanian folk symbols in the background. That made this stand out to me a lot, just because that's what I mean when I say I want to see cultural elements on stage. That is exactly what I'm looking for in a lot of these songs, and it's something that makes this song, this performance in particular, feel more authentic, more unique to Lithuania, to their culture, and one thing that definitely makes this pretty high up in my list, as you will see when I rank these songs again. And so with that, let's move on to the lyrics of this song. I have a couple comments on the lyrics here, and most of them are pretty good, but I do want to get the critiques out of the way first. And one of my critiques is that the lyrics, the English lyrics at least, are just a little bit generic to me. This song is definitely one that we've heard many times before in the sense that it's about love and relationships and all that sort of stuff. But I will say most of the generic stuff is in the chorus. I mean, in the chorus you have lyrics like, just stay with me, I need your healing, wait for me, stuff that you hear in plenty of songs nowadays. But I actually do like the verses. The verses, to be honest, are pretty poetic. Probably my favorite part of the song lyrically is the pre-chorus. I'll put it on the screen right now, but as you can see, they are just very well written and do kind of make up for the more generic lyrics in the chorus. However, when it comes to the chorus, there are lyrics that are not in English, and those are the lyrics "Chuto o tuto," and that is sung a couple times throughout the song. I looked it up and I did some research on this, and those lyrics don't necessarily mean anything. As a matter of fact, from what I read, Chuto and tuto are actually sounds that are included in a lot of Lithuanian folk songs, which only makes me like this even more because, again, that is an example of those cultural elements that I want to see on the Eurovision stage. So with that is kind of my last big comment about this song. Of course, the song musically sounds very nice. It's definitely a melody that I've heard a couple times before, but I really think those cultural elements, both on stage and in the song itself, really do make up for that, and the song just is nice to listen to. So with that, let's move on to my final thoughts and rating. I will say this was not my winner for Pabandom Naujo. I was rooting for a lot of songs in this national final, but Monika wasn't really on my radar that much. I mean, I thought her song was pretty good. I liked her performance in the semifinals. I just didn't think it was that much of a standout. However, this performance in the final, and especially her winner performance, I gotta say, if you have not seen this already, watch the winner performance. I actually thought her vocals were almost better in that, probably because she was really happy and very confident at that moment, but her performance in the final was excellent. I loved everything about it, and I had a feeling that she was going to do better than some people would have expected, but I didn't think she was going to win. So I'm really not upset at all that this won, and I actually am really excited to see this in Liverpool because, for one thing, it is bringing Lithuanian culture, Lithuanian folklore to the Eurovision stage, and that's something that we just haven't really gotten in a while. Also, it's kind of cool to have another Monika going to Eurovision for Lithuania. We, of course, had Monika Liu last year, so that's a funny little coincidence, and honestly, I'm just really excited to see this song on the Eurovision stage. I don't really see this necessarily winning. I'm not even sure if I see this in the top 10, just because I'm not sure if audiences will appreciate those elements of folklore and that cultural imagery the same way that someone like me or Eurovision fans would. But I still think that the song will do pretty well, just because it has a very nice melody, has great vocals and backup vocals, has great staging, and I will say some very nice lyrics too. So I think that will be enough to make this song qualify for the final. For me, the song is going to get a 9 out of 10. Right now, I don't think it is the strongest among the other songs that we've gotten so far. However, I do like it a lot, and I think it has a lot of potential. Is it a song I would listen to every day? No. Is it a song that I would add to my playlist? Not quite yet, but is it a song that I can see growing on me and impressing a lot of Eurovision fans? Yes, I think it is. Monika deserves a lot of credit for that. And to be honest, maybe this will become a 9.5 out of 10 with a few more re-listens, but right now, I just don't feel like it is as strong as the songs that I have higher up in my list. So with that, let's move on to my new rankings of all the 16 songs that we have so far, starting with my number 16 spot, which is still Ireland. I'm so sorry if you're from Ireland watching this. I really wanted to like this song, and I really did try to click with it, but it still doesn't work for me. 5 out of 10. Moving from there, Croatia, still a song that I think is a little bit too chaotic on stage. I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It's honestly growing off me a bit. I'm just not that into it. Moving on from there, we have Gustav, Because of You. Yeah, still not a big fan of the song, but Gustav is just so much fun. So I'm going to bump this up to a 7.5 out of 10. Moving on, we have Denmark. This is Riley, Breaking My Heart. Really not my kind of music, but honestly, that performance was good. Still, though, not a song that I would listen to all the time. 8 out of 10. Number 12, The Busker, Dance. I'm still not a big fan of the song itself. Again, loved the performance, but the song itself I just think is a little bit so-so. 8.5 out of 10. 11, Tvorchi Heart of Steel. Still hasn't grown on me that much in the past couple months, but again, that performance was iconic and they deserve credit for that, so 9 out of 10. From there, Albina with the song Duye. Love the song, love the performance. Only thing is I just feel like it is a bit unfinished. I feel like it could use better production, better staging. I just feel like I haven't seen this song in its final form just yet. Still very good, 9 out of 10. From there, Romania. This song, like I said last time, had great vocals. Theodore is absolutely incredible, but what kind of made this a bit lower in my list is just the staging that we got in the final. When I reviewed this for the first time, I did not see that staging. I only saw the performance where Theodore was by himself on stage, but seeing the actual final performance with all that tacky looking staging was just a little bit off-putting. Still, I love the song and I think Theodore will do great in Eurovision. I love his vocals, and the song is one I've listened to a lot on Spotify, so this still has a 9 out of 10. From there, Monika, Stay. Basically, you already know my comments on this one. For me, this is a 9 out of 10. Very, very good. I might change my rating as I listen to it more, but for now, 9 out of 10 seems a good place to put it. From there, a song that has grown on me a lot is Sudden Lights with the song Aya. Love the song, love the subtle staging, love the little Latvian part as well. And for me, this is a song that I think is just very underrated by a lot of people right now, and is one that I think will continue to grow on me as I keep listening to it. Still, 9 out of 10, might raise the score later on, but for now, I think 9 out of 10 is a pretty good spot to give it. From there, number 6, Alika, Bridges. Flawless performance, great song, just sounds a little bit too much like Adele for me, but still, I'd like the song a lot, and I think Alika is great. 9.5 out of 10. From there, Marco Mengoni, Due Vite. Excellent song, great performance. I just think that the song has not quite grown on me since I heard it for the first time. It just doesn't have the same impact for me personally as my top 4. From there, Vesna, My Sister's Crown. Fantastic song, love all the different languages, the performance, even though it didn't have the best production. Only thing is, I like my top 3 just a little bit better. 9.5 out of 10. Third place, Joker Out, Carpe Diem. Great song, great live performance, and a song that I listen to all the time now, to be honest. I just love the indie rock elements of this. Indie rock, honestly, is just the way to get to my heart, and one of my favorite genres of music in general. And so for me, 9.5 out of 10, one of my personal favorites for sure. From there, second place, Alessandra, Queen of Kings. Again, I still think it sounds similar to songs like Run to the Hills. Still love the song, still love the performance, and for me, this is going to get a 9.5 out of 10. And last but not least, still my number 1, Blanca Paloma with the song Ea Ea. Blanca is probably going to be my winner for a long time. I just love the song, I loved her vocals, and I also loved the lyrics of it. The lyrics are actually poetry, to be honest. Some of the best staging I've ever seen ever in general, and I just cannot wait to see this one in Liverpool. Okay, so that is my new top 16. We'll see what happens after I listen to France. For now, this is the rankings that we have, and with that, that has been my video, my review, my rankings, everything. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with my comments down below. Also, if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I really want to hit 1,000 subscribers very soon, so all of your support is very greatly appreciated. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate everything, and whether you agree and disagree, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all next time. Peace.